Monday, and if you're like me, everyone hates Mondays. I don't care who you are. You just had the weekend, and normally it feels like it goes so fast, which in my case it does, because literally I only have like 1.5 days off, if that. But that's okay. That is okay. So I noticed yesterday on my intro video, I said and a lot. And I literally watched that video probably 15 times on my camera. And I started critiquing myself, which I constantly do that. I always critique myself, and that's one of the things that I try not to do, because I know it brings negativity into my mind. I'm like, oh my God, I said like 500 times. But in reality, that's okay, because it was unscripted. I didn't edit it, and it was coming off the top of my head. And I was nervous because, like I said, this is new for me. This is coming out of my comfort zone and everything like that. And I'm trying to do this without a script, without being edited. So it's okay, we all have things that we need to work on, and I feel like I would start Monday off with something called self-love and self-care, because before you can go on any of this journey, you have to love yourself. That is the most important thing in life. When we start to not love ourselves because of what other people have told us, or like I said yesterday, your brain is the most powerful vessel in your body. So when you tell yourself something all the time, because it's things that you've heard all the time, that's what your brain is going to believe. So this is why I feel like self-love and self-care is the most important topic in all this, because before you can get to where you need to get, you have to love yourself and know that you're a beautiful person inside and out. You're strong. You have so many good things about you, but sometimes people and even ourselves bring the worst out in us. And I was kind of thinking to myself, like, how am I going to start this? Am I going to start with my stories? Whatever. But I feel like self-love and self-care is very important, because I am still working on this every day, and I have to. Because like I said, I have a lot of different psychological disorders, and I'm not on any medications for them. So sometimes those get the best of me, because my anxiety brings out 500 million thoughts. I don't sleep well. My depression brings out the worst in me. My bipolar, I have my up and down moments. Sometimes I don't want, as I said, but anyways, I sometimes don't want to be around people, and that's okay. I'm a very introverted person. I like to be by myself, because when I'm around too many people all the time, it really drains me, and it makes me super nervous unless I'm very comfortable with those people. But even when I'm comfortable with those people, I'm still very nervous, and I have 5,000 thoughts going through my head of everything that went wrong for that week, of what I could have done better, this and that. But like I said, this is all about being comfortable with yourself and knowing that you are a great person, and you're not anything that anyone says, unless you truly are and you're just not a very nice person. Regardless, positive self-love and love affirmations, they are so important. I got this book from a 5 and Below. It's just basically little things that you could do daily to take a few minutes for yourself, whether that be go outside and look at the birds, or like me, I like to garden. So that grounds me. Whenever I'm going through something, I garden because it brings me back to where I need to be. You could go walk, you could watch a movie, you could do some stretches, you can meditate. Meditate's very soothing for the soul. When you start to meditate, your energy starts to, you learn how to breathe better, everything like that. You learn how to handle situations better, because even when someone's really making you mad, when you meditate enough, you can start to meditate in your head and not have to, sit there. That's what people think meditation is. In reality, it's learning how to breathe, and just centering yourself to get you back to where you need to be. So everyone has doubts and fears, and this is one of the biggest reasons why people start to not love themselves and other people. Ever since I can remember, my mother's told me I'm a mistake, or my teachers told me I was a retard. I've gotten, called stupid in front of a whole entire class. I was bullied my whole entire life. I was fat, ugly, look at your teeth, because I had braces. I had to get braces because my teeth were horrible. You're fat, you're ugly, you're worthless, you're never gonna amount to nothing, you're a piece of shit mom, all of the above. And really, truly, between my mother and my baby's father, those two combined were the worst people in my life that brought me down so bad. I mean, can you imagine, ever since you were little, being told you're a mistake and the person wishing they never had you? So ever since I was little, that's what I thought. I'm a mistake in life. Nobody gives a shit about me. My mom doesn't even give a crap about me, I know she does, and she has a lot of her own personal issues, and that's fine. But she's the one who basically, your parents are the ones who mold you. So if they don't act like they care, then who is going to care about you? So this is where we tend to jump into not any relationships that are vile for us. My baby's father, I was with him for, 5 or 6 years, something like that. He was horrible. He was a horrible person. Every day I was beat on, called horrible things. He made me do things I didn't want to do. And that's half the reason I got pregnant. I'm not going to go too deep in detail with things because I don't want to get banned or in trouble if I do say something. You get what I'm saying, though. So, all of that and the things that he put me through, like being held hostage for a week, having to pee and poop in a bucket, all that kind of stuff. When I finally left him, I felt horrible. Like, I felt I had done a bad thing. And I don't know why it took me so long to leave him. And no one will understand this unless you've been through it. And not only was I scared, but I felt like he was the only person that loved me. It sounds super weird. But when a person is so manipulative towards you and manipulates you for so long, you feel like that's the only person that you'll ever have in your life. So you start to think, I'm nothing, I'm nothing without this person. And that's what I felt for so long, and that's why it took me so long to get out of that. And when I finally wanted to stop feeling sorry for myself after what I had just gone through, because I went through lots of trauma with him, I started working on self-love. So it's okay to feel rejected, hurt, and alone. That is human nature. Everyone has felt rejected. Everyone has felt alone. Everyone has felt hurt in their lives. And if someone tells you differently, they are wrong. Even the most, like I said, put together person in anyone's life has their issues that they need to work on. And if they tell you they don't, they're lying. They're lying. So things, when we lack self-love, we're often withdrawn, constantly stressed, hypocritical of ourselves and others. This is a big one. Because if you're constantly always judging people, always telling people what to do, but you're not doing it yourself, always making fun of people, you have issues within yourself that you need to fix. Because there is no reason in the world why anyone should always want to be a bully to someone. So those type of people, you want to stay away from. If there's a person in your life, I don't care how long you know them, I don't care if they're your mother, father, whatever. If they constantly belittle you and make you feel this small, cut them out of your life. Because you will never be able to grow as a person if you don't cut ties with them or at a distance. You have to distance yourself from negative people because they will drag you down and you will become so volatile and negative and toxic yourself. And no one likes to be around toxic people. They suck. They will literally drain the life out of you. I'm being serious. So I've had so many toxic people come in my life that I've done nothing but help. And they drain my energy so much. And it takes me literally months to get back to where I need to be. So stop judging and being hypocritical of others and yourself. If you do that constantly, that is one of the things you need to fix first. That's very important. You're untrustworthy of everyone. Me, I trust few people. But there comes a point in life where you can't feel like everyone is gonna hurt you. Because when you feel like that all the time, there's something, there's reasons why. Of course, we've been through hurt, toxic relationships. And it's hard to trust people. It is in life, especially if you've been through a lot of trauma in your life or, you've had things promised to you that's never happened and people lie to you. It's hard to trust people. Absolutely. I'm not saying go trust every single person, But when people come in your life, there's a reason for it. So give them a benefit of the doubt a little bit at a time. Don't go all out. And you don't have to tell them every skeleton in your closet or where you keep your money at. Things, you don't have to do any of that. But give them the benefit of the doubt until they prove themselves otherwise. That they're an okay person. So another thing is self-doubt. When we do not love ourselves, we have so much self-doubt. And when we constantly put self-doubt in our mind, we will not be able to grow as a person. If we constantly say, well, I can't get that job, or I can't get that car, or I can't get that house, or, I can't get that degree, or whatever it may be that you think that you can't get, you can. You just have to work at it and stop self-doubting yourself. It's okay for people to think that you're weird or you're odd or anything in between because you're trying to work on a goal. Because 9 times out of 10, people that think you're a certain way are always like, God, why are you doing that? That's so stupid. They envy you in reality. I don't care what anyone says. They envy you. And they can sit there and say they don't. But ultimately they do, because you're doing something out of your comfort zone. Something that people told you can't do. So just remember that. You worry more about your failures than your accomplishments. Accomplishments can be anything. You could have, gotten a pair of jeans, or let's say you just went on a diet and you've been wanting this pair of jeans and you finally got them because you worked so hard. That's an accomplishment. Or if you're a runner and you ran an extra half a mile, that's an accomplishment. Or if you told yourself something that you were going to do and you finally did it. It doesn't matter how big the accomplishment is. It just matters what you're doing. Anything you accomplish, celebrate that. Celebrate that with yourself, with your family, with your friends, whoever. Text somebody, tell them, put it on Facebook. Who cares? Who cares what anyone thinks? That's, for the longest time, I was scared what people thought. Oh, well, I shouldn't tell people I'm going to do this. Sure, some people like to, move in silence. That's fine. But me, I'm all about telling what I may do or what I'm working on, because I want people to understand it's okay to thrive on what you're doing, especially if you've always been told you can't. Who cares what them people think? Do they pay your bills? Do they take care of your children? Are you even friends with them really on Facebook? No, so who cares? And if they say something negative, delete them people. Delete them. Don't leave them on your Facebook. Don't do it. Delete those people. If you text somebody and they give you back a negative response, oh, really? That's, what is that? Delete them out your life. You don't need them. Trust me. It is okay to be by yourself, and it's okay to have a few friends. But don't make yourself feel unworthy because you don't have a lot of friends, or, you're going to lose people on Facebook. Who cares about those people? Who cares? I don't. They don't help me in any of my accomplishments. They don't support me. They don't do nothing for me. So I don't care. I don't care. That's what you have to start thinking. I don't care what anyone thinks about me, because I love myself. And that's all that matters. As long as you love yourself, that is all that matters. And once you start loving yourself correctly, no one can bring you down. They can try to burn out your fire, but you're going to light it right back up. You are. I promise you. You only follow and never lead. Me, I've always been a follower. I've always been a leader, not a follower. So I can't agree with this one, but sometimes when you don't love yourself, you'll start to follow other people because you think that excuse me, you think that is going to give you the love that you need. So you start following toxic people. You start following negative people and all the in between. When in reality, you don't have to do any of that. You don't need to follow anyone. Be a leader. Even if it makes you weird, odd, it's because most people are scared to do the things you're doing. So that's why they think you're weird or odd. Just because you have an idea doesn't mean that it can't be accomplished just because somebody else says it can't. It can be. But you have to know that you can do it. Because deep down in your heart and in your mind, you told yourself you could. You feel unloved. You feel unloved, so you'll take love from anybody, anywhere. And that means following people. That means being in toxic relationships, friendships, and relationships. You will become toxic yourself, like I said. So, do not feel unloved. Because you're loved somewhere. You just may not know where. But you're loved somewhere. I guarantee it. Somebody that you may have pushed away because you're in active addiction, or you want to isolate yourself, or you pushed away a friend because you want to go hang out with this other person that serves you no purpose in life, that doesn't do anything for you. But that friend over there has always done for you. So just remember, don't go looking for love in places that it shouldn't be. Don't do it. So some things you can say in your brain is, today I choose me. Always choose you over anybody. Now, yeah, if you have children, of course, but you always should choose yourself, because you can't love correctly until you love yourself. And that is truthful, because you will hurt everyone, even your children. You cannot love yourself. You cannot love others without loving yourself. Let's see. I choose to stop apologizing for being me. For so long, I chose to apologize for being me. And when people call me weird, God, you're odd, like, what are you doing? You know, I would be like, oh, I'm sorry, but no. F you. If you don't like me, I don't care. Whatever. You can think I'm weird. You can think I'm odd. You can think I'm doing this. I don't care. I chose to stop apologizing for being me, for being the outspoken me, because for so long, I couldn't outspeak for myself. I'll let people bully me. And once I got tired of those bullies, I started beating up people. That's exactly what I did. I started beating up people. I didn't care. If I didn't like you and you hurt me or my friends, guess what? I'm going to beat you up. And that's how I lived my life for a while. And yeah, that was toxic, but that was my point of releasing my anger. Because for so long, so many people had bullied me in my life, and I was tired of it. I was tired of people calling me fat, in my teeth, making fun of my friends, and not knowing everything that I'm going through at home. My mom's sitting every single day, waking me up, yelling at me, calling me stupid. Why can't you do this? God, I wish I never had you. So on and so forth. So not only was I dealing with it at home, I was dealing it with from people at school. So I got tired of it. And teachers and all that. I got tired of it. So I started acting up. And guess what? Everyone started leaving me alone. Sometimes people bring the worst out in us. But it's okay. It's okay. You need to get out that anger. Get out that anger. Get out that anger. I'm not telling you to go beat up people. But that's what I did. I was beating up people. I didn't care. You bullied me, I'm going to beat you up. Simple as that. But now, I'm at a place where I can't do that. Because I risk going to jail, of course. So I look for other ways to get out my anger and aggression, like journaling. Or I have friends that I can vent to. So it's always good. Journaling is great. Trust me. another thing, and this, I'm still working on this. I am at peace with all that has happened in my life. The more traumatic events you have been through, the longer this will take. And here I am, almost 33, and I'm still working on this because I'm still angry at some of the things that have happened to me, and I don't understand them. And I'm like, why did that happen to me? But I'm starting to come to the reality of everything happens for a reason. And if I didn't go through all that, I would not be the great, awesome person I am today. So I am thankful for the things that have happened to me, even though they're horrible things, but I'm thankful for them because it really made me the strong, independent woman I am today. And when I say independent, I'm independent. I don't need nobody. I don't care how much I love you. I do not need you at the end of the day. If I choose to have you in my life, it's because I want you, not because I need you. Because for a long time, I always felt like I need that person in my life. And when I started finally fighting back and really knowing my true self, that's when I said, I don't need anyone. Who do I need in life besides me, myself, and I, and my son? That's it. That is it. I don't need anyone. I don't need you. And if we're friends, and guess what, I lose you as a friend for probably a good reason, then that's that. That is that. We'll leave that chapter in the past. And that's that. Happiness flows from me. So the only person that can make you happy is you. No one else can make you happy. If you're not happy with yourself, you're not going to be happy with, no one can make you happy, not even your children. Men can't make you happy. Friendships can't make you happy. Going shopping can't make you happy. None of it. Because if you're not happy with yourself, then you're not going to be happy. Simple as that. So, as I said before, self-sabotage comes directly from within. If you self-sabotage yourself, you will never be able to come at peace with anything. You cannot sabotage yourself. You cannot set You cannot set yourself up for failure by constantly saying, I can't, I won't. What are people gonna think of me when I do this? Who cares? Yes, you can. No matter what. Even if you have every disability in the world, you can do it. You can do it, I promise you. You just have to put that blockage out of your mind. Get it out of your mind. Even if you have to write it down for 10 hours, get it out of your mind because you can. You can, and you have to start today. If you want to grow and become the person that you want to do what I'm telling you because it works. It works, it works, it works. But it's up to you. It's up to you. You have to stop making excuses. And that's going to be my next video. Making excuses. Because making excuses drives me up the freaking wall when people make excuses. I made excuses and it held me back forever. Forever. No excuses. Do it now. So, how you can do self-love and self-care is you take 15 minutes for yourself a day. I don't care what it is. You want to lay in bed. You want to lay in bed and meditate or go outside and listen to the birds and write down all the sounds you heard or go on a walk and look at nature. Just don't walk. Look at the plants and the leaves and what's around you, excuse me. So list all the things you do not like about yourself. And when you first start this, you'll probably have a lot. But list them all. Every little thing that you don't like about yourself. Every little thing. when you write those down, you're going to place it with a positive. So if you say, I don't like my smile, you could say, well, my smile is nice when someone makes me laugh. You just have to flip it around with positivity. Or, I'm fat. I'm not fat. I just have a little bit of extra on me. And you know what? Someone's gonna love me for who I am. Or how about, my hair is just so thin. It's so thin. I would rather have thin hair than hot hair. Just say things like that to bring yourself up. Because there's still things I don't like about myself. Like, I don't like sometimes how people get me out of character for things I know I shouldn't let them get me out of character for. But I'm a very strong-minded person. So when I feel like you hurt me, I feel like I have to justify myself. So that's why I do that a lot. But I have to stop doing that. And I've learned to get better with that. People make jokes about it, but they don't understand what I'm dealing with in the inside. Because when I feel like someone hurts me, I want to hurt them back. And I've gotten better with this. But it's like, why are you doing this to me? That's what I never understand, especially when I'm such a good person. So, I've had to learn how to fix this, not always willing to react. Because with every single reaction that someone gets out of you is something that they wanted to do. Just remember that. Even though I'm telling you things to do, I still work on these things all the time myself. You have to. Because just because you start growing doesn't mean that you can stop working on yourself. You have to work at yourself every single day. You have to. Any successful person in life, they constantly work on themselves, whether it be through seminars, mentoring classes, resources, whatever the case may be. They constantly work on themselves, and they ask other people, what can I do to fix myself? That's the thing. If people realize it's okay to take constructive criticism, there's a difference between constructive criticism and someone just being ugly and nasty. If your friend is trying to help you, but you feel like they're attacking you, you have issues you have to work on. Not everyone's trying to attack you. They're just trying to give you ways to better yourself. So sometimes take that into consideration of things you maybe need to work on. Because in our brains sometimes we become complacent and we think that we're this great person, when in reality we're not a great person. We're a nasty, mean person. So we need to go to the people that are closest to us and say, what do you think I need to work on? And be prepared for whatever they say. Now, if they're saying mean things, you need to cut them out of your life, because obviously they're not your friend. There's a difference between being truthful and giving someone constructive criticism and then just being outright mean. So when you write these down, all these negative things about you, even though I'm sure there's not that many negative things about you, write it with a positive. And all these positive things, you could even say, when you say something like, I am fat, you can say, I am not fat. I am beautiful. Or when you say, I don't like my smile is nice. So, and you're gonna repeat these things in the mirror for 5 minutes each time, in the morning, afternoon, and night. And you're gonna say them out loud. Now I understand if you're at work, you can't, be screaming in the mirror. But you can say it to yourself every single time you look in the mirror. I have a nice smile. I'm not fat. I love my hair. I love everything about myself. I am fine just the way God made me, or whoever that higher power is, or however I came out of my mom and dad. I am fine. And somebody's gonna love me, truly love me for who I am, and not everything that I have. When you start coming to terms with that someone will truly love you for you, and this may take years to find, you will become so much more peaceful within yourself, because you start to realize your worth. Your worth is so important in having self-care and self-love. When you don't think you're worthy, you think you're the scum of the earth, and you're not. You're worthy than so much more of whatever you're going through, whatever that may be. You can also make an image, get a whiteboard and write all these positive affirmations. All of them. Don't put any negative ones on there. Say, I am beautiful. I have a nice smile. I am not fat. Somebody is gonna love me for me. I'm not weird. I'm okay. Whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say. And you can also find a quote to put on there every single day. A quote that just pops out to you. And you'll know when they pop out to you, because that always happens to me. I could look through 500 quotes and that one is just going to be like, there it is, you know? And breathe. When you're doing this, people forget to breathe, because people become anxious when they start trying to do things that are different. When you get out of your normal routine and do something different, you don't know how to act. You're like, what am I doing? Like, what, am I really doing this? Breathe. Take nice deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. I do this all the time by myself, when I'm sitting outside to decompress, whatever I need to do. I do this all the time. Breathing is important. Breathing is so important. Yeah. And last but not least, get a coach, friend, family member to help you on your journey and to reinforce those positive, affirmations into you with self-love and self-care. If you don't want to do this by yourself, do it with somebody that you trust. Do it with somebody that maybe needs to do it too, There's always people that are willing to grow. They just feel like they are coming out of their shell, so they feel like they're going to be rejected, or somebody's going to think they're odd or weird, whatever. So just find somebody to help you on your journey. There's one person out there that will help you. Trust me, there's one. Even if you've burned bridges in life, I bet you, if you went to that person and you said, look, I'm really trying to make a change, I'm really trying to be better, and they want to help you, they will help you. Because deep down inside, if they really love you, that's all they want. That's all they want, for you to get better and for you to become the best person that you know how to do, that you know how to be. So a great book that I listen to on audiobooks, because I like to listen to audiobooks more than reading, because sometimes my comprehension is not the greatest and it takes me a long time to comprehend things. So I will continuously, get audiobooks for self-development, self-growth, stop making excuses, things like that. Things we need to listen to make sure we're keep on going forward instead of backwards. Regression is not where we want to go. We want to progress. If you're regressing, you need to stop and ask yourself, why am I regressing? I've made it 10 steps forward. Why am I letting this get to me? Why? What is it worth? It's not worth it? Is it worth for me to have that pushback and go back to that deep, dark place that I was, where I felt so worthless? Like if I die tomorrow, no one would care. I don't want to go back there. I want to keep on going forward. Push it. Just keep on pushing, I'm telling you. Just keep on pushing. So there's a book called Everything is Figure-outable. Because 9 times out of 10, everything is figure-outable. I don't care what you say, what your excuse is, everything is figure-outable. And it's by Marie Forleo. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Get that book. That is an awesome book. I swear by that book, and that book will change your life. It really will. It truthfully will. It changed my life. It did. Because even as I'm working on my growth, you always find new ways to grow. And that is an awesome book. The lady's awesome. Trust me when I tell you this. Go read the book. And the quote of the day is, struggles are just opportunities to learn. So just because you go through things doesn't mean that you have to stay there. There are opportunities of growth and development. They're not, oh God, I just went through this and I can't do this because of this now, and I'm a mom and I'm just so stressed out, I can't do this, and I can't find another job, and I'm not going to be able to do school with another job, and I can't do this, and oh, this person did this to me. Stop. Just stop it. Every struggle that you come in life, it's an opportunity to learn. That's what you have to train your brain for. This is not a downfall. This is, you may be hurt and you may be depressed, and you may want to make 100 excuses of why you can't do it at that time. But it's an opportunity to learn to not do that again, or to not bring that type of person in your life again, or whatever the case may be. It's an opportunity to learn, not a downfall. Just remember that. So struggles are opportunities to learn. Struggles are just opportunities to learn, not to make excuses. So this is my video. I wrote everything down today so my thoughts could be a little bit clearer, because I am scatterbrained all over the place. And I'll start rambling and say, and you know what. So that's okay though, because I'm an imperfect person. So you guys have a great Monday, and I hope this video helps you. And I hope you start learning how to self-love yourself and self-care for yourself every day, because it's so important on the path to growth. And if you need my help doing this, message me, outreach to me. I don't care, whatever it may be. I'm not going to judge you. Because I've always learned in life, as long as it's not affecting me, there's no reason to judge you. What do I have to judge you for? I'm an imperfect person, and I don't have any room to judge anyone. Unless you are doing something to me personally that affects me, I have no reason to judge you, to make you feel any worse about yourself than you probably already do. So don't ever be scared to reach out to me. Even if you don't know me that much and you subscribe to my channel, I'm a pretty good person to talk to, because I'll give to you straightforward. Sometimes people need that in life. And it's not because I'm being mean, it's because I want you to do better. constructive criticism. And yes, so self-love and self-care. Just remember that. 15 minutes for yourself a day, and continue to repeat your self-affirmations in that mirror every damn day. And let them know you are a great woman, man, person, whoever you are, whoever you identify as. You're great. You're great, and you're an awesome person, and you can do everything that you want to do, no matter what, through self-love and through self-care. When you start doing this will change your life. And reading that book. Everything is figure outable. It is. You guys have a great day. Happy Monday. Get through it. Get through it. You can.